If you're under the age of 18, the content of this video is not intended for you. Please stop watching now. Hey YouTube, it's Audrey and it is December 7th, which means it's the 7th day of the unboxing of my Advent calendars. I have one from Papercraft Society from the UK from Craft Stash, and I have two from Spellbinders, the 12 Days of Stitchmas, which is the first 12 days of the month, and then they're all stitched and holiday themed, and then also the Crafty Advent Calendar by Spellbinders. So, without further ado, let us see what we have in the boxes for today. We're already a week into December, people. A week. That means that there's not that much time left before Christmas and New Year's, and we'll be starting 2024. Can you believe that? This year just flew by, and flew by. It's like, what happened to it? Wait a minute. It was just January. I know I had a lot of things happening this year, so I'm sure everybody did. But yeah, it just went fast. Box door number 7. I feel like let's make a deal. What, you want door number 7 or you want? Okay. What do we have here? Alrighty, I think this is a bell. Yep, that's what it is. Whoop, whoop. Now this can probably be used all year round, not just at Christmas. There are a few of them in the Stitchmas ones, like the one yesterday that was a present. You can use that anytime. Alright, we have the bell outline. We have the stitching detail, and as I've mentioned many times, you could do the stitching, and I don't know if I've mentioned here, but these lines that are in there, you see how those are the actual stitching pattern lines to tell you where to stitch, so it even tells you where to stitch. But it could just be a decorative element if you don't choose to do the stitching. So that would go inside of there if you want to cut out the stitching or the detail. Then you have trim that would probably go right there at the bottom of the bell to add some additional interest to it. There's also a circle that you could stitch, and I don't know. Oh, I know where that goes. Duh. So this is another swinging element where you could put this circle inside of the little bell ringer or piece that, you know, I can't think of what it's called, clapper. I don't know. I'm tired. But anyway, it goes down there, and you can add foam to make it a swinging piece. So that is a nice one. I like that. And like I said, you could use this for weddings, for Christmas. So that is day number 7 of the Stitchmas calendar. We'll put this back in here. And it does show you, forgot to show you I like to show this afterwards, but it does give you the picture of what it's supposed to look like. Okay. Moving on to the Crafty Advent Calendar. Let us find day number 7 is up here, and it's a big square. This is the biggest one we've opened to date on this calendar. Let's see what this is. All right, it's a stencil set. Looks like a layered stencil set. Let's see. I'm tearing up my box here, people. I'm tearing up my box. So evidently it is a layered stencil. So there's 3 different stencils. So not sure what it is. Maybe it's just a geometric shape. But you have 3 stencils. So you have, oh, okay, if you turn them over, they do have numbers and they do have little holes in the corners so that you can align the stencil up. So each corner has a little hole in it. So that's number 1. That's number 2. And then we have number 3. And I was thinking it'd be easier to see if we had something dark under it. So let me grab this piece of paper. There we go. So those are the 3 stencils, and I'm thinking that maybe they're candy canes. I don't know if that's the case or not. But we'll have to see what those are. Maybe it's just a geometric pattern. So that is day 7 of the Crafty Advent Calendar. And then we'll see what's in the Papercraft Society one. Okay, go back in here. There we go. When you're on camera, they never want to act right. And you try to put stuff back in the package. It's like, I'm not going back in there. Alrighty. And last but not least is Papercraft Society day number 7. Day number 7 is brought to you by Textures, which is Lou Collins. I believe she was the first day with the stag geometric stamp. Oh, I'm liking this. It's the letters that spell out joyful and a star. Yes, 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 yes. Like that. Alrighty. So that's the unboxing for day number 7. I don't really have time to do a project today. However, I'm feeling projecty. Even though it's late, I'm going to try and throw something very, very, very quick together. Just to show, just to have an example. So I'll be back shortly. So I am back, and I used a few additional things to complete the project that I did. So I went back to day 5 of the Crafty Advent Calendar and got out this dotted 3D embossing folder. Then I dug out my Cuttlebug Swiss dot embossing folder. I used a sentiment out of this Winter Wishes sentiment set. And then I used some of the plain pop-up die cutting foam from Spellbinders in black. And what I did was I just made a quick little, not so quick little 4x4 card. And I used the stencils from the calendar today, and it's a geometric pattern. And so I used red, green, and yellow to stencil it. Then I cut out the excuse me, the word joy from the um Papercraft Society letters for today. So it was joyful. So I just used the joy. Then I embossed it with that embossing folder, the 3D one from Spellbinders. And then I cut it out also on the foam to elevate it. So I added that on top. I used the larger Swiss dot embossing folder to emboss the green matte layer, and then I put it on a black 4x4 card. Then I actually used the bell without any other stitching. I just used the detail in the red on it. So I used the outline to make a shape for the inside of the card. And then I used the A Very Merry Christmas to use stamp from that stamp set. So I think it turned out cute. Took me a little longer than I thought. I did a practice run of this one just so I could kind of see what it looked like. So I did that in really light color ink, and then I decided to go darker. And then I changed out how I was going to do the letters. At first I was going to do letters in gold. Didn't really like that as well. So then I decided to utilize that polka dot embossing folder and then do the Swiss dots for the background. Excuse me again. And so this is my card. That is day 7. Day 7, folks, of the Advent Calendar unboxing and project. Thank you so much for watching. You have a great and very blessed day. Bye-bye.